Janes delivers market-leading insight into the most topical issues surrounding global defense affairs, industry movements, and equipment intelligence. Using Janes solutions, the following video demonstrates how we can help you understand China's missile development landscape in the context of its 14th five-year plan and beyond. A recent China in Focus intelligence series provides insight into China's defense industry and technology based in the context of China's 14th five-year plan. Topics included China's anti-access area denial strategy, intended to enable the restriction of any adversary movement in its claimed territory, with a focus on missile development, including hypersonic, long-range anti-ship systems, and missile defense systems. The restructuring of China's industrial base was also covered, along with China's ongoing plan to close its technological gaps to enable Beijing to fulfill its strategic aims. Here we can also see the core missile technologies that China is prioritizing, including microelectronics, optoelectronics, hypersonic, electromagnetic, directed energy, artificial intelligence, as well as advanced materials and manufacturing techniques. Next, using Janes' defense industry intelligence capability, you can identify future Chinese missile programs and contract opportunities yet to be announced. Verified forecasting data will allow you to access a 10-year profile of China's contracted missile programs on a market, sub-market, and system level. Here you can see missiles making up the third highest share, with over $78 million worth of investment over the next 10 years, and representing a compound annual growth rate of 0.7%. Diving deeper into these programs, you can identify forecasted spend by market segment and then narrow down by system. Here showing YJ-18s, ship-launched anti-ship missiles, and DF-21Ds, making up the top 3 items by program value. How this spending potentially impacts on China's manufacturing base can be understood by connecting these programs to their primary suppliers. Here we see that the missile market is largely dominated by state-owned CASIC, making up more than $20 million worth of forecasted investment and accounting for over 25% of market share. With Janes' company intelligence capability, you can also identify forecasted market share from a global perspective. Here showing a 4% share in missile manufacturing over 10 years, with a further breakdown into the value of those programs also available against other global manufacturers. You can also stay up to date with the latest news and developments connected to CASIC. In these examples, we learn about their finance deal with one of China's leading investment banks to support industrial expansion, a plan for CASIC and CASC to consolidate their supply chain networks, and an agreement with the Aero Engine Corporation of China to collaborate on the development of military technologies. Finally, by interconnecting company insight with Janes' equipment intelligence, we take a closer look at China missile technology. Staying with CASIC, we deep dive into the DF-21D medium-range anti-ship ballistic missile. Here we can learn about its operational status, view a development timeline, as well as understand its propulsion, payload, and launcher, which is believed to use the same WS-2500 TEL as the DF-21C. Using Janes Equipment Explorer, we can also gain insight into its associated units and bases, as well as specifications across DF-21 variants, including range, accuracy, and ordnance components. You may also wish to perform a side-by-side comparison with another similar platform to further support your analysis. Here, comparing China's DF-21D with India's Agni 5. Janes' defense intelligence enables you to understand the macro and micro environments that could influence the capability development of a chosen nation. No other solution can deliver the depth and breadth of insight across military and security, industry, companies, and equipment, which is why national security organizations and the world's defense manufacturers rely on Janes for their trusted research. If you have any questions, please contact us using the details on the screen.